Prof, good to see you again after so long.
Sure, thanks.
Okay, we were very privileged to listen to you today, especially this community in Eersterust. It's not often that we get someone of your caliber to come and address us. So we don't think it is a normal thing. We count it a privilege, and we don't want to take it for granted. And we know with your current responsibilities, time for you is absolutely precious. We are inspired. People historically look back with your partnership with Ben Carson. You as an individual, you are actually the epitome of hope for young people, giving them the idea that if you apply your mind and discipline to something, you can actually achieve the dreams that God has placed on your heart. So we just want to say thank you to you. Thank you. The question that I want to ask you today is related to drug and alcohol rehabilitation. I want to give some context to the question. We are living in a community where this is a serious problem. We want to know how important it is to rewire the brain and change one's mindset about oneself and your community and life, to just change your mindset. How powerful is that in the process of rehabilitation and recovery?
It is quite a deep question. If we go back to the anatomy and physiology of the brain, there are a number of circuits in the brain that communicate. So one of the most important systems in the brain is called the limbic system. The limbic system is actually part of the limbic system are circuits like cingulate, gyrus and cingulum, going to fornix and amygdaloid body. So these are areas of the brain that are circuits. And then there are circuits in the brain that have names like circuit of Papez and a number of them. And the limbic system has to deal with behavior and as well as memory, things that we learn. So besides that, there are lobes in the brain. Frontal lobe has to deal with cognition, behavior, memory, executive function. Temporal lobe as well, particularly the amygdala, has to deal with emotions and memory. Now we know that for you to be an expert on anything, just generally, one, you need repetition. But it's always said that you need 10,000 hours for you to be an expert on something. All it says is that you need to allow yourself to repeatedly do something frequently for you to be an expert in it.
So it becomes a habit for you.
Now I'll give you an example. A pianist always practices. And the longer and the more he practices, the better he is on what he's playing. This goes into what we call muscle memory. That even the fingering in the piano becomes natural. The same thing with nerves. So if you do something over and over again, and you learn over and over again, you develop new connections where you have neurotransmission. So the nerves, one of the way nerves communicate is through what we call neurotransmitters. So you have two nerves that communicate through chemicals, and that changes with as you learn. Remember, drugs themselves change the way there's neurotransmission. That's how drugs work, and that's part of addiction. And we have to change that. If you go rehab, changing your diet, your the way you live, rewires and reconnects your neurotransmission. So that there's decrease in certain neurotransmitters and increase in certain neurotransmitters.
So from your explanation, Prof, I get the idea that for us to actually be effective in the recovery process, we have to take a more comprehensive, composite approach.
Yeah.
Because you mentioned the limbic system, the emotional center of the brain. You mentioned diet and our lifestyle. So it's like the depending on one approach will not get us the
No.
success that we want.
So that's why in rehab, it's a multidisciplinary approach. So you have different specialties coming together to deal with. If you have a psychologist alone and you do not have an occupational therapist, it will not work. So you need to have different areas to deal with different aspects of the brain.
Thank you very much, Prof.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much.
Thanks.
Thank you. God bless you.
Sure, thanks.